It's 2026 and Amazon Prime Day is upon us again. It's supposed to be a time where unattainable tech is able to be picked up for a fraction of what it originally cost. A day like no other. The deals are plentiful and your only limit is your wife's budget. A day that guys like me dream about. It's wonderful and it's built around massive amounts of self-gratification. One of my most favorite things. I love self-gratifying myself. It almost sounds magical, and in some ways, it just might be. Amazon is so big and powerful, not only have they been able to create their own almost magical shopping holiday, they've gotten other retail companies to jump on board as well.
You've got mail.
I've gotten more emails today from competing companies saying that they were having their own version of Prime Day too. But alas, everything can't always be puppies and kitten snuggles. Unfortunately, Amazon has a reputation for treachery. Back in September of last year, there was a class action lawsuit filed in Washington state challenging how Amazon structures its Prime Day pricing. Amazon used fake discounts and misleading percentage claims to create artificial urgency. Shoppers like you will see a steep discount and assume you're catching a rare opportunity to buy something at a fraction of the original cost, when the truth is you are actually paying the dreaded standard retail price. But all is not lost. Prime Day can still be something worth some value, if you know where to look. You can still find legitimate discounts, but if you want to make sure that you're not just falling into a trap, that you're actually getting it for a lesser sale price, you need to verify the actual price history before you buy. I pulled pricing data on a few specific items to show you which ones actually drop below their normal market rate. See this little deal here that says list price? And then there's always a percentage calculation right there in red. It shows you how much you're saving versus the actual price it normally is. A big percentage means that you're getting a big deal. The problem is that Amazon uses the highest possible sticker price to figure these out. The implication is that this is how much this costs before the sale, but they literally just could be super old. So basically, Amazon and their sellers will jack up the list price just so they can show that it's a massive discount, even if nobody actually paid that much in a long time. You're probably thinking, how the heck can they get away with this? Well, hopefully they can't, and this is why they're getting sued right now. For now, though, you can protect yourself because you can actually verify whether a Prime Day price is generally a good deal by checking its historical data. It only takes about 30 seconds. All you need is a web browser. Just copy the link of the item that you're considering and paste it into the search field at camelcamelcamel.com. It will generate a line graph that tracks the daily sale price over the last 90 days. Look for the lowest point on the chart. If the current price matches that dip, then it's an actual real discount. If the price has been the same as the sale price is right now since March, then it's not a deal. It's just a marketing trick. I'll give you an example. I just bought this air conditioner yesterday, but I'm going to paste the link right here into camelcamelcamel.com. And you see, there's this chart. It's been $899 for the last forever, but it's on sale right now for $503. So it's actually a pretty good deal. I'm saving a few $100s on this unit just by buying it during Prime Day. So this is a legitimate deal. There are plenty on there that are not legitimate deals. Let's look at a few specific items to see how the pricing plays out in practice. Amazon is promoting the 13-inch M5 MacBook Air as a Prime Day deal for $949. They advertise that as a $150 discount off the MSRP price, but price tracking shows this exact configuration actually dropped to $899 back in May. The AirPods 4 base model shows a similar pattern. Amazon lists them at $99, which is a $30 drop from the MSRP, but holiday sales have pushed that price down to $75 or less. I know this for a fact because I picked up a pair last Cyber Monday. I thought it was an excellent deal and I was extremely happy with the price. The AirPods Pro 3 are down to $179, a solid $70 off the usual $249. If you're after the AirPods Max 2, they're sitting at $395, which is a huge $150 drop, and from what I can find, an all-time low. You can grab the 13-inch M3 MacBook Air with 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 512 gigabyte SSD for $799. That's a huge 500 smackers off the original price. I've been looking for a second studio display for my setup, hoping that the first gen may get a little cheaper since they came out with the second generation this year. But the upgrade was so minute that they really haven't. I really couldn't find a deal on it either. And just when I was about to give up, I went over to Amazon's sister site, Woot.com. And if you don't know, the things that are sold on Woot are the same things that are sold on Amazon. I found a first generation standard glass tilt and height adjustable stand for $1,799. On Amazon, it sells for $1,899. So it's not much, but it is a $100 discount, and it's the same exact listing. If you order it from Woot, it gets shipped by Amazon. I saved a lot of money in the past by shopping at Woot. They have some fabulous deals. This link will be in the description, and it's the only link that isn't an affiliate link. I actually own an Apple Studio display, and I love it. I was very skeptical of the monitor before I bought it, but if you haven't noticed already, I'm naturally a bit of a skeptic. I'm always looking for the alternate angle with anything. The Studio display is infamously expensive and highly sought after. I can definitely see why, too. Before I bought it, I thought it was kind of a gimmick, though now I'd have to say it's the best monitor I've ever owned. It really changed everything for me when it came to editing video. I wouldn't trade it for anything. In fact, I wish I had another one. I found this one on Facebook Marketplace for an absurd $500. It was kind of a wild interaction too, but that's a story I'm going to tell on a different day. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but this company that makes a lot of budget monitors called Innocn, if that's not right, I apologize, but that's how I'm going to say it for the rest of this video. They sent me this monitor pre-release to review when the embargo lifts in July. They messaged me last week, which is mid-June if you're watching this later, and asked if I could drop it the following Monday, which was a big fat no-go since it was only 2 days away, and it was my birthday weekend, and it was Father's Day. However, I did say that I would mention it in my Prime video, which is this video, because I actually really do like the monitor. They said they saw my MacBook Neo review and they said they liked it. They liked how critical I was and wanted to know if I would look at their product for them. They quickly shipped me the monitor. When I got it, I wasn't really sure what to expect, just that it was supposed to be for people who are doing professional work. So I set it up next to my Mac Studio and I haven't regret doing that since. I'll tell you why. Just hang with me. Let's start with the price. It's only $400, which doesn't even seem real, not for this kind of monitor. Real quick, let's get this one negative thing out of the way first, and then I'll tell you about all the positive things. The one thing that I would take issue with is when they told me about it originally. They said it was aimed towards Apple users. Of course, since I'm a heavy Apple user, I was really interested in it, but it's not a 5K monitor. And if you're an Apple user, you know like I know that Mac OS works best with 5K monitors, which doesn't mean it won't work with 4K monitors. It actually works just fine. You do get real 4K, it just scales a little bit differently than the 5K. You'd be hard pressed to see a huge difference. Regardless, I am bringing it up because if you're looking for a 5K monitor, this one's not going to do it for you. It is 4K and there's no way to change that. But one big positive is that it's 120 Hertz, which is something that the Studio display is not. If the Apple Studio display is the best monitor I've ever had for professional work, then this is the second best one. Really, where the Innocn does compromise at are places that can be compromised. It doesn't have an aluminum build like the Studio display does, and at $400, I wouldn't really expect it to. It also has a matte screen, and for me, myself, I don't really care for matte screens, or at least I didn't. They kind of toned down some of the crispness of the image, in my opinion. It also really helped with the glare in here, which I have a lot of from all the bright lights. The bottom line is this monitor packs a punch. The image quality is fabulous, and it's on par with the Apple Studio, which is crazy for $400 that it could look anything close to the Apple Studio. It runs a 3840 by 2160 4K resolution at 120 Hertz. For creators or anyone trying to edit video or photographs, this is really where it's going to shine. I don't know where you're going to find another monitor at this price range that's going to have these features right here. It has an arsenal of color options and professional workflows, including native Adobe RGB, sRGB, DCI P3, and Display P3 modes. The factory calibration report shows an average delta E of 0.77 for Adobe RGB and 0.78 for sRGB. It also can charge your laptop at a whopping 90 watts while using it, which I tried out and I'm really loving that. I can plug my MacBook Pro right in and get video and power right across the same Type-C cable, which I never knew you could even do. You can plug two devices in it at once. The color is as uniform as I can tell by my eye. It looks like the light is spread evenly. I'm glad they don't want this monitor back because I have no intention of removing this unless I get another Studio monitor. That's the only way I would take it away from here. It's only $400 for Prime Day. Any other day, it's going to be $460 plus tax. There's an affiliate link down in the description, and of all the things that I listed on here today, this is the one that really stands out the most to me. If one of you ends up grabbing it, please reach out to me and let me know what you think. All the links are down in the description for all of the good deals that we found. Yes, they are affiliate links, but they don't cost you a thing. The company that's selling the stuff plus Amazon pays for it, and it helps me keep making videos like this. So please be sure to use them. If you found any value in this video, please, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. It really does help more than you probably ever know. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell. What great deals have you seen on Amazon today for Prime Day? Leave it down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.